Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome here to a special start of series video concerning Football Manager 2020. And I already realised that I've got a few series now ongoing. I'm of course looking at the future of Barcelona through pro clubs in FIFA 20, and I do have career mode that still is ongoing, but many of you guys have said, please play Football Manager. It's realistic and it could be really fun here to look at Barcelona in the future through a Football Manager rebuild. And that's exactly what we're doing. We, as the TalkFCB community, are going to be rebuilding Barcelona together and ultimately looking into the future. And that's the theme of all these series is. Away from the field right now, I feel like it's actually quite nice to look into Barcelona into the future and actually be optimistic about what's to come. So that's why here we're starting with Barcelona. We're going to go through it, making our signings, choosing our sales, and ultimately trying to build the Barcelona that we as the fans want to see. And without further ado, time now to get into it. And so, as you can see here, TalkFCB has been hired by Barcelona, but believe me guys, I'm going to be relying on you two to give me the insights that I need to rebuild Barcelona in the way that we all want. And that's why at the end of this video, I am going to need your suggestions on our next step. And it's a big one too, because we're going to be shaping the squad in today's video. We're going to be clearing out the deadwood. We're going to be making sure that this Barcelona team is what we want, and nobody is safe, that's absolutely sure. And as you can see here, my assistant right now is indeed Sarabia. That's good to see. I'm going to be keeping him on board, no doubt about that. And I have been given a number of objectives for the season to come, and also they're looking long term. There's of course emphasis on the playing style. I always laugh at these objectives because right now, these aren't actually true. This is not realistic at all, especially based on previous experiences under Bartomeu. The expectations are nothing like this at all. But of course, we've got ambitions to win the La Liga title. We want to win the Champions League. We want to win the Copa del Rey. And my ambitions are simple. Let's play some good football. Let's give the youth a chance. And let's ultimately get some trophies. However, this is when the series becomes very, very interesting indeed, because as you can see, this right here is my team, and look at all those players, look at all those exciting talents right now that we have out on loan, and that kills me. Not only in Football Manager, not only on FIFA, but in real life. I wish that so many of those players were still at the club right now, and you can see the players out there. Of course, we've got an incredible squad. I'm sure that if I played a season with that team right there, we could do some great things. But at the end of the day, that's not what this series is about. And if I could recall those players, I would start right here and now. But as you can see, Todibo, Alenia, those kind of players, you cannot recall them in your opening season as the coach. And that's why I've decided here to go on holiday. I am going to go on a season-long holiday. I'm going to give the season to Sarabia. He can do whatever he wants with this team. And then come May, it's my time to take over. I'm going to be taking over Barcelona in the summer of 2020, by which time the loan spells of all of those exciting young talents would have come to an end. They'll be a year more experienced. And that means then, in the summer of 2020, I can put my stamp on this squad. And like I say, there will be changes. And the interesting part about this, of course, is as we come to the end here of simming the entire season, we don't really know how Barcelona are going to have done under Sarabia. Let's see now exactly what Barcelona did throughout the entire season, where they finished in the league and the Champions League. As you can see there, Sarabia, he wins the Coach of the Year, so that's quite promising. Let's see now. Barca did win the league. Oh, just! Look at that there! On points, exactly the same, just about scraping the lead there over Real Madrid. But let's also have a look here, not only in terms of La Liga, but let's look maybe at the Champions League and the Copa del Rey. Let's see where Barcelona finished. Oh, we went out! Oh, we went out in the Champions League, quarter-final to Napoli. That's a disaster. And in the Copa del Rey final, we lost to Athletic Club. I'm not happy that we lost, but I'm almost glad there in some way that we did fall down. Because quite clearly, as we all know right now, the squad needs an overhaul. We need a new direction. As you can see there, out in the Copa del Rey final, just about scraping to La Liga success, and also there, being knocked out to Napoli in the Champions League. You can clearly see this team needs that change, and certainly me and you we're going to go about doing that. And like I say, nobody is safe. I can respect all of these players. I can appreciate what they've given us over the years. But right now I'm saying, you know what? Enough is enough. You've got to get rid of those emotions. And I am going to wipe this squad clean, start again, and really get this rebuild going. And you guys are going to be absolutely amazed in a moment when I show you what I've done in terms of sales. Because it's safe to say, big names have gone. Because, as you can see here, we are into July and I have generated 430 million euros from player sales. And let's look at that list. Starting there, Matthias Fernandes. I sold him there to Celta Vigo for 4.2 million euros. He's a young player, he's a young talent, but for me, he's not really somebody in that midfield area that I want to count on with the other options I have. I'd rather go there with La Masia products. You might be surprised to see there that Nelson Semedo has gone. 56 million euros I got for him there from Paris Saint-Germain, and I just felt as though Semedo needed that move. I've got Wage, I've got Emerson, I'm willing to put my faith in them, and Semedo there is moved on. Rafinha has gone to China for 24 million euros, and Sergio Roberto there, a massive fee I got for him. 58 million, rising potentially to 73 million euros. Thanks very much, Inter Milan. Vidal has gone to Napoli for 16 million. Rakitic departs to France for 15.75, potentially rising there to 19.75. Gerard Piqué there, 24.5 million euros again. He's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. A lot of people are there crossing over to Paris, and I think that there is good fee for Gerard Piqué. Arda Turan has left on a free transfer after his contract at Barcelona expired. Jordi Alba is next on the list. He's gone to Chelsea for 51 million euros. Sergio Busquets has gone to Manchester City. That was a difficult one. Not all of these deals were easy. I wasn't happy to cast all of them aside. But like I say, there comes a point now, we need to be ruthless. We're doing a rebuild. Let's do this properly. Neto has gone to Watford for 25 million. And the final man on the list, this one really will surprise you. Antoine Griezmann is gone for 95 million euros. I've tried to recoup there as much as I possibly could for the fee that we paid, because I feel as though in this team right now, bringing him in, it was a mistake. And I've tried to rectify that. And what this basically means is I have an absolutely massive transfer budget there of 385 million euros. What it also means, though, more than anything else, is that wage bill. Barcelona's wage bill was extraordinarily high, and I have certainly there made that a bit more manageable. It is still quite high there. 4.7 million euros a week is going on wages, but when you factor in there that Messi's wages alone contribute to 1.4 million euros of that, we're actually not doing bad indeed. But I now want to show you where we are in terms of squad depth, because there's no denying it all. I need to bring players in. I need your help with that to let me know who we should sign. But let's have a look now where we stand with our squad. Because in goal, we have the two goalkeepers. Of course, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is going to be staying at the club, and I've then basically just promoted Iñaki Peña as the backup, cashed in on Neto, and that's our two goalkeepers there. At right back, we are maybe a little bit short. We could do maybe with a little bit of a backup there. We got Moussa Wage and we got Emerson, two extremely bright young talents. Both of those players I'm really, really happy with. At left back then, you've got Marc Cucurella, you've got Junior Firpo, and of course you've also got Hakimi, the young player as well, from Barcelona B. So I think at left back there, we are certainly all set with Cucurella and Junior Firpo. At centre back, we have Samuel Umtiti, Clement Longley, Jean-Claire Todibo, I'm going to be putting a lot of faith in. And also there, Ronald Araujo, the young player who's certainly going to be part of my plans. Do you think there we need to bring in a top-class centre back? I feel like many of you will be suggesting that in the comments. In midfield, we are looking nice here. Frankie de Jong, Arthur Melo, Ricky Puig there in that holding midfield role. And there are so many attacking midfield players as well in this squad. As of right now, I've not been able to sell Felipe Coutinho. He does remain in the team. We've got the likes of Carlos Alenia, we've got Collado, we've got Pedri as well. Also in the wider areas, we are very, very blessed here with the players that we have at our disposal. Ousmane Dembele, Ansu Fati, we've got Trincao, we've still got Carlos Perez for now, but I may try and move him on to make that realistic. And up front, this is the area, no doubt about it, that we do need to improve. Of course, we've got Messi, he can play wide, and also in that attacking midfield area, we've got Luis Suarez, who again, I haven't been able to sell, but he's going to play a bench role regardless. It doesn't matter here that if I can't sell him, he's going to stay at the club. He is not going to be the starting forward. Looking into the future, that cannot be the case. Raymond right now is in that role too. So I think looking at that squad depth, you'd certainly there look at centre-back. We are maybe light in that area. A world-class player would certainly be useful. You also look there at midfield. Maybe one or two players brought in could be very, very beneficial. And of course, a striker is a necessity. I need those suggestions, guys. But as of right now, if I had to pick a starting lineup, it would be something like this. Like I say there, Raymond will be replaced by whichever striker you choose to play. Then you've got Ansu Fati. Maybe you could have there Trincao on the left-hand side. You've got Ousmane Dembele, Messi, De Jong, Arthur, Firpo, Umtiti, Todibo, Emerson. I think there looks like a very, very good starting lineup. So much quality and so much youth as well. On the bench, Wage, Cucurella, Longley, Puig, Alenya, Trincao, Suarez, Pedri. So much excitement. I really, really can't wait to start using this team and to see how we do in games. But before we do that, I need your suggestions. Let's get these signings done. Let's get our squad completed. And then the season will begin. So please do leave all of your comments down below, guys. Who should I sign to kick off this series to rebuild Barcelona? And with the transfer budget that we have, don't worry. Anybody is attainable for us. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you soon. Looking forward to those suggestions. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.